Good day. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you. Yesterday, we applied ourselves to the happy task of relaxing our bodies and brains, even when we're in what we have been calling a high-risk situation. In such situations, unless we're careful, we often respond to our inner requirements, my way or the highway, by moving from resting brain into red alert brain. Red alert brain is unfortunately highly correlated to increased cravings. We end up wanting instant relief from our distress. And these cravings will themselves oftentimes lead directly to relapse if we're prone to addictive behaviors. Just to be clear here, it's not any actual situation which alone triggers our cravings or makes us more likely to relapse to addictive behavior. Instead of that, it's the intervening of our inner requirements, where we say to ourselves, sometimes in the back of our minds, I won't be happy or at peace unless thus and so happens. It's that intervening of our requirements which itself will trigger the addictive cycle. So it's not the situation, it's what goes on reflexively inside of our minds as we move towards these requirements or expectations. The math on this is relatively straightforward if you stop and think about it. If we can learn, first of all, to disempower that knee-jerk reflex inside of us to move into requirements, then what we successfully do is we remove the addictive trigger, because that is the addictive trigger, and thereby we increase our resilience even amidst stress. So as I've said before, it's not stress itself, it's the distress that arises from our requirements that the situation has to be somehow different than this or else. So for today, what I'd like to ask you to do, can you think of a recent distressful interaction that you had with someone that you care about? Pick someone that matters. And do this. First of all, write down exactly what happened. What was the conversation? And now I want you to go back and analyze, see if you can find any requirements which may have gotten activated for you in this distressful interaction. And then finally see if you can do something creative here, which is to translate or convert those requirements into preferences instead. So for example, if the requirement is, I cannot deal with ... whatever the specifics are, is it possible to translate or convert that into a preference, which is, I have a hard time with ... Do you hear the difference? I can't deal with, I'm just going to pop, versus, I don't like this, I have a hard time with this, but I'll find a way to cope. Or how about this instead as a requirement? I absolutely need thus and so to be happy. What would it be like to convert that into a preference, such as, well, I would definitely prefer thus and so, but I don't absolutely need that, or I'm going to fall apart. I'd like you to experiment with this by applying some sentences in your own words to your own selected situation, the one that we just talked about that had some strife in it, and let's see what you discover. In the meantime, I want to thank you once again for spending part of your day with us here at your Vitality Project. We appreciate it. Between now and when I see you the next time, please stay safe and be well. And we look forward to you joining us here at your Vitality Project again soon. Thanks again.